Hey guys, this is Builder, and this is a video of my free-for-all with me as Germany. And this is part 2 of the video, so if you haven't seen part 1 yet, I recommend you go back and find that video and watch that first. Because there's been quite a bit of action happening. As you can see, I've taken Awesome's capital of India, and I'm about to backstab my ally of France. So, pretty exciting stuff. A couple of pikes left over. I'm not building that many more pikes because I just want to I don't want to waste more production just spamming units. Because my cities are underdeveloped as it is, and so I don't want to make them even more underdeveloped. So anyway, I'll just slide in, take Orleans, it'll be easy. It's only at 9 strength, and with a great general around, I'll be at 12 strength. And I'll be able to crush any horsemen that come at me. All will be good. This is really debate for me, social policy. I can go down tradition for kind of a culture border growth around my capital, and some growth policies. I can go down other policies for other stuff. I can go down patronage for more city-state friends. There's lots of choices here. So I opted to go down tradition, which I don't know, later I think about it, and I think I would have rather gone for what's it called? Patronage, because I end up getting a lot of gold, and I ally with a lot of city-states anyway, so it would have been more effective use of my gold if I had had the opener and maybe a couple policies into patronage. I could have even increased my science rate. Right now I'm trying to rename this city to, like, Awesome Was Right, or you should have listened to Awesome, because he changed the city to FU, but I should censor that out. That's not appropriate for this video. But I can't, because it doesn't fit, because Awesome's name is too long. So I just go with Awesome City. Seems like an appropriate name. So now I have the city of FU, and he wants me to go straight for his capital, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm doing exactly what he told me to do. Just try to go in and take his capital, because there's a no-quitter rule that you can't quit, or you can't leave until you've taken somebody's capital. And as you can see, he's renamed his other cities as well to No Trust Again and Betrayer, making me feel good about myself, apparently. So you better think twice about betraying this guy, because he'll grief you for the rest of the game about, you know, what you killing him. I mean, I'm just killing him. What's the problem here? Anyway, researching, I'm going up to middle casting for the production in my cities. If you look at the demographics, I'm pretty sure the Iroquois are beating me in production. So, yeah. Little yawn there. And his city is 12 strength, which is actually a decent amount. I mean, that might be challenging for me to take, even with my great general. But I was under the impression that he was just going to let me take the city, but apparently that was not how it worked out. I'm starting to work on Porcelain Tower in my capital. I'm not in production focus, so it'll take a really long time for it to finish, but that's okay. As you can see, his archers are just doing a bunch of damage to my Landsknechts. But the thing is I could be making more Landsknechts right now. Probably, like, you know, I could make, you know, 1 every 2 turns out of most of my cities. So in like 4 turns, I could have 8 Landsknechts or something, 6 Landsknechts or something, but like double my army in 2 turns. But I don't really, again, I don't want to put all that money into it. And at this point, I'm kind of realizing I won't be able to take, or not quite yet. I haven't realized it yet, but I will soon. I will realize that it's going to be really hard to take Betrayer with the units I have. I'm going to try to do some instant heal stuff to try to take down the city. Trying to fortify all my units as quickly as possible. Now, I've brought his city down to half health, so I'm pretty close. If I can get a couple of instant heals off, I'll probably be able to take the city. At this point, I'm kind of annoyed at him because he's like, he told me to go take his capital, but I guess he was kind of silly. He didn't really mean it, because he built a wall in his capital, which means that I'm probably not going to be able to take it with my Landsknechts. I'm just gonna pull back. Hopefully I'll be able to survive with as many units as possible. And also I'm sending my other Landsknecht to go explore around the bottom of the map. See if there's any city-states, maybe a connection to another civ or something. Again, I probably would have been able to take No Trust again pretty easily with my Landsknechts right now, but I don't really want that city. I just raise it because it doesn't have a unique luxury and it doesn't have any production, so it's not a great city. Anyway, I get another great general. It's not that useful at this point. I probably could have just burned him for a golden age at some point, but I think I just left him for a while. My capital is still growing, so it's not putting much production into my porcelain tower. And I realized I actually might be able to get the porcelain tower, so I'm going to switch to production focus because I've grown a decent amount. I'll be able to get an insta-heal off, hopefully, on that lunch now. So I'll just kill off the that one archer, and then I will try to take that pikeman as well. Because again, if he tries to fight me, I've got a huge advantage on him, but just taking down the huge strength city is not working that well. I can attack over the river with that Landsknecht because it has the open terrain bonus. It has shock, which counteracts the penalty I get from attacking over a river. Anyway, that archer's moving in probably to pillage my gold. So I'm thinking about getting a Landsknecht really quick just to pop it. But I'd rather just finish my mint in Hamburg because I have quite a few silvers up there and I'll be getting quite a bit more gold from getting the mint. Anyway, he got one of my Landsknechts, whatever. I killed off an arch and a pikeman, which is way more production than like one Landsknecht. And think about what policy I want. Do I want to get the aristocracy, which gives me a little bit more wonder production, or I can go down towards the things that make your capital better, which give it more growth or more happiness. And I said I'm going to go down towards the happiness and the cap. Ideally, I would have set that up, the legalism up, so that I would have had, I'd be getting opera houses, or at least what are they called? Temples in all of my cities from it. But I probably got like a couple free monuments. So that was suboptimal use of a social policy. I'm moving that worker back towards the silver so I can repair it. Although there's not that much of a point, because in the end, I don't really have anybody to trade that an extra luxury with. I don't think that Sonic really wants to trade with me at all, and so there's no one else on my continent because I killed one of them. See, the thing is, I want to send catapults at him to kill him, but then on the other hand, I have so many other things to build. I can build markets, I can build workshops, which are both very strong buildings, which will really, I think, enhance kind of my empire. Whereas a catapult, it doesn't really make me any stronger in the long term. Besides that, I'll be able to take the city. So, who knows. Anyway, I'm just still roaming around below with my pikemen. Doesn't look like there's anything down there besides the city-state I met. I got porcelain. Now pump out a catapult. I'm building a couple of catapults, and unfortunately the catapult ends on the same turn as, some of these catapults end on the same turn that I get, what's it called, physics, so I won't actually finish them. I won't be able to upgrade them. Instead, I'll have to build the whole trebuchet, which will take more production time. Ideally, I would have used my, I have quite a bit of gold right now, so I would have been able to use that to, kill, or to not spend as much production on this. Because I have plenty of gold, and I'm not really spending the gold on anything right now. That's what I wish I could do. I'll be working towards machinery for both the crossbows and the ironworks, which will give me a nice production boost in one of my cities. In the patch, they included actually a new trading post graphics. It used to be a kind of a bunch of little roads with a couple little like houses, and it kind of looked like spaghetti just flung on the map, and a lot of people didn't like that. So they changed it to kind of a more Civ 4-esque little cottage village thing for the trading post. There's an archer down there, and I need to be careful with my Landsknecht not to get him killed. Or I want to be careful, because he could get killed down there. I'd rather not lose another Landsknecht. As you can see, all my cities switched over to trebuchets, which will add a couple of turns onto the onto their production time. My tech rate is doing pretty well. I'm over 100 before turn 100, which is, you know, good. Oh man, look, I missed getting machinery by like 1 tech point. If you look at the beaker, the thing almost goes all the way to machinery. It's like as small as it can be, not there. Oh well. If I were micromanaging more, I might put in another specialist to get machinery, so I could get a little bit fat, so I could get that 1 turn earlier, but it doesn't matter that much, because I'm getting tech overflow, and I don't really need crossbows this turn. All it would do is make my units move faster on roads 1 turn earlier, and so that's not that important. Another thing that I'm remarking on is that people have when I first started doing no quitters games, people build the Great Library like ridiculously early. They'd build it turn 35, turn 38. They would beeline for it. They'd sometimes they'd go Great Library, use it to get mathematics, and then they'd go straight for the Hanging Gardens. And personally, I didn't like that because it's kind of holding you into a small empire, which gives you very little production over the long term. And also, long term, your science won't be as good. I mean, in the short term, you'll have a little bit more science, but long term, you won't be able to keep up. So you'll have more social policy with a tall empire too, but in general, a tall empire or a wide empire within a limit is better than just having 1 city. And so, anyway, about the whole Hanging Gardens thing, I'm just remarking that it's strange that I would be able to get the Hanging Gardens not only not in my capital, but in an expansion city, because that would have been impossible to do a while ago. So I have my group of trebuchets. Those will be able to take down France, no problem. That'll be nice. I'll get Monarchy for a nice boost in happiness. Monarchy actually gives you a significant amount of happiness in this game. My capital is pretty low in population right now, and it's giving me almost as much as I get from just giving me just as much happiness immediately than the meritocracy, which gives you 1 happiness per trade route. Actually, it's giving me more because I haven't even hooked up my lower cities. Awesome City and FU. Yeah. I think that's my last social policy in tradition, though, because I'm about to go into the Renaissance era. I think that ideally I would have been able to get to the Renaissance a little bit earlier, so I could put more social policies into Renaissance policies, because in general those are stronger than the earlier policies. But it's okay. So a couple of things. Up above my city, top city with the Hanging Gardens, it revealed a ruin because it culturally expanded to it. So I was thinking about using a great scientist to go grab it, but I didn't want to risk having there be a barbarian up there and steal my great scientist and kill it or something. So I'm not going to do that. And in the meantime, France has actually built up a sizable amount of archers and is starting to attack. So we'll see how well his attack will go. I do not think he'll be able to do much against my 17 strength city. However, that is a lot of archers, and those archers will all do 1 damage to my city. So, if he plays it right, I mean, but then, luckily for me, I have my trebuchets coming. If I hadn't had those trebuchets coming, my city would probably be in serious trouble. But the trebuchets will essentially be able to one-shot the archers, or at least do like 8 damage on the archers in open terrain. So I should be okay. Another thing I'm doing is I'm just picking off his melee units. Hopefully I'll be able to destroy both because as far as I can tell, he only has 2 pikemen. Now he only has 1 pikeman. And if I can destroy both of those pikemen, he'll have no unit to take the city. Although he will be able to build another one. That's not viable long term because eventually he'll have like a horseman, something that I won't be able to stop. but for short term, I will be able to stop him if I can destroy all his melee units. At least for enough time for my trebuchets to come in and to attack his archers and pummel them to smithereens. The trebuchets fight with, I think, 8 melee strength and 16 range strength. So there'll be there'll be a reasonable melee match for pikemen. Pikemen will have a slightly larger combat strength, but not enough so that the pikemen can come in and just one-shot a trebuchet, which is good because it means I don't really have to protect them that much. I've started to build a fort for my pikemen there, but I don't think it'll be completed in time for it to do much good. It seems like I'll be able to either have won or lost or that pikeman by the time that the fort is finished. And as you can see, he's done a reasonable job doing some archer spam. I've done that in some previous videos, and I've had it done against me, where you just build archers, and you can pretty much attack and take units. It's an excellent strategy for when you're like falling behind, you have no technology, you have no you don't really have much of a chance of winning, or you have like few strategic resources like he does. You just build as many archers as possible, and then you just send them at people, and then they kill one archer, but then you kill like a sword or something, and so then it's all good. So I almost was able to kill off that pike there, but not quite. I'm trying to attack the pikeman quickly so I can kill it off. And I am able to kill it off that turn. However, next turn it's likely my trebuchet will get attacked by a pikeman. Hopefully it will probably survive, however. I've got a horseman up, and I'm going to upgrade it into a knight because knights are effective. Mounted units in general are effective against ranged units. Also, I'm not upgrading it. I'm not going to upgrade it into a knight quite yet because the horseman gets an extra movement speed. So that will the extra movement speed will allow me to get there faster. So I'm going to move it all the way there before I upgrade it. So I'm starting to eat up his archer units. He's starting to run out of archers. And once I destroy that initial force of archers, I'll be able to pretty much walk up to all his cities and take them. As you can see, the pikeman did some sizable damage there. It probably wasn't great to expose him to all that damage. Again, I'm suffering from the fact that I really don't want to commit that many resources to this war. I don't really want to build pikemen in all my city. I mean, if I did, I'd just steamroll him really quickly, because, you know, put 3 pikemen in front of my trebuchets, and the trebuchets take down the city. But I'm being lazy, so I'm like building other units, or not building units. Anyway, he's built a whatchamadoodle, citadel, which is kind of annoying. The second citadel I've had to deal with this game. You'll see, it's interesting because in the previous deal with the citadel, I actually took it out almost entirely by melee units. I mean, France knocked it up a little bit with some range, but the majority of it was melee that I finished him off. But in this, I'll be using my trebuchets to kind of hammer off the citadel, which is how you normally do it. Although he does have an archer in the citadel, which is actually pretty weak melee, so despite the fact that the citadel is giving him a huge defensive bonus, he's still awfully weak because he's an archer. It's a pikeman now in the citadel, which has significantly more combat strength than a archer, and also it has a bonus against my mounted horse, or my mounted knight, which I have around in the area, which means that I won't be able to attack it with a knight without getting killed. So I'm just going to run away with the knight, heal up, and I'll keep on bombarding it with my trebuchet. And this is the way you normally, again, deal with citadels. I think I already said that, though. Also, ideally, he would have put the citadel more close to his city, and maybe even, well, maybe not over a river, but because that allows him to have a unit behind the city. It allows the city to kind of help defend the citadel, and the citadel defends the city more. Because at this point, I could pretty much just go around the citadel, although I'm not really doing that because it's pretty easy to take out the unit as it is with my trebuchet. Like, if I had a bunch of melee units that wouldn't be able to take the citadel, I could just go up and around and attack from the top left of No Trust again. So I've finished off his citadel. And I'll start Machu Picchu in that city. Machu Picchu is a nice wonder. It'll give me some flat extra gold, and also a lot extra gold from trade routes. He's just trying to attack me. And he's like buying warriors and stuff to suicide against my spear, and hopefully I'll still be able to get it. Oh man, he just barely saved it. Anyway. My trebuchet, which almost got killed by the pikemen, is all healed up. So I'll move them in. I'm trying to think about how I want to position my trebuchet so that they don't get damaged by the citadel. Because ideally I'd have them firing every turn. I'll put up my knight where he'll be able to move in 2 squares and take out the citadel without being damaged by it itself. Because I'm thinking the pikeman is going to die next turn. It's probably the unit he'll focus on. Or not. Yeah, he killed it. And I can take out his pikemen in that city. So I've got another pillaged citadel. However, he just managed to destroy most of my melee units, so that's not good. Again, if I were really fighting, I'd be building more melee units to put in front of my ranged trebuchet, but again, I'm not wanting to put a lot of resources into it. It's funny, Sonic says he wants to burn a city. There actually is kind of a way to do that. You can starve your city down to 1 population. You can just manually go into manual workers and just take all the workers out of the city. Or out of the map. Kind of doing silly. I'm not... Again, I should have units protecting my trebuchet. But instead I'm just kind of moving my knight in, seeing it, and then bombarding, because the trebuchets have a -1 sight penalty. Anyway, I renamed his French city to something more acceptable, more PG, no swearing here. And I'm moving in my trebuchets for bombardment of the French city of Noyonnais. I think that's how it's pronounced in French. As you can see, I'm doing quite a bit of damage to the city, but he does have a bunch of archers which are doing annoying little damage. They're like little ticks poking at the great armor of my trebuchets. And anyway, building more buildings. I'm getting my ironworks up finally, which is always nice to get. It's a little bit late for ironworks, but that's okay. And I just realized, if he doesn't like my trebuchets, he's gonna not like my upgrading to cannons more. I just realized, hey wait, I'm 1 turn away from cannons, maybe I should upgrade my trebuchets. Shabam! Now I have enough force to pummel the city in like 2 turns. Right, I'm gonna actually build another melee unit in the city, which is pretty impressive. I'm actually building a unit, but he's kind of rage quitting by sending his archers straight at me. And about this point, I'm building a road towards kind of the area where I'm fighting, and I should be just building a road towards Happy Germans, the city of Happy Germans, because I'm just gonna raise No We Are Not, and yeah, I'm gonna take siege for my cannons because that's mostly what they'll be doing. They'll just be attacking cities, and so. Generally, it's probably better to be getting other promotions if you're actually fighting other people, because generally the killing off the city is the last part that's kind of challenging. And I think I just realized that with the jungle I'll be getting some nice science. The jungle gives +2 science with the university. I'm not quite sure why, but it does, and so it's a very nice tile to be working once you have your university up. You can put a trading post in the forest, and it'll be giving you your trading post in the jungle, and you'll be getting 2 food, 2 science, and 1 gold. And then once later, you get your trading post improved with both economics, which gives you +1 gold, and free thought, which gives you +1 science from trading post. You'll be getting very nice 2 food, 2 gold, and 3 science. It's a very strong tile once you actually get it. I kind of killed off my knight there, but it's okay, because I have a replacement coming. Anyway, keep on farming stuff up. Again, I'm messing up the road towards... that road is not in an optimal spot. Ideally, it would start... the road that I'm building would start from his city and go straight down to the right, straight diagonally down to Happy Germans, because the road I'm building right now would take a lot more tiles to get there. And that would make it so that it's costing me gold per turn and stuff. I'm actually surprised my knight actually does survive. The city's down to minimal health. I guess I could have taken it out with the knight if I had left it in place, because even though the knight only had 1 hit point, you always win versus a 0 or a 1 strength city, or 1 hit point city. So I could have just left the knight there if I knew it wasn't going to get killed. But anyway, I'll take it out next turn for sure. And that will be... at this point, I think pretty sure he quits, or leaves, because... So I'll move towards his capital of Betrayer, and I'll be able to take that out with cannons pretty quickly. And so he's done now, he's going to quit. And actually at this point he leaves, so what I'm going to do is just... well, I'll talk about it in the chat. I'm looking at his capital, and it's at 18 strength. I don't really feel like it, because I'm kind of lazy. I'm getting a garden in my capital. A garden is a very strong building for long-term games, because the key to long-term technology is to create great scientists, and gardens give you bonus great scientists. So long-term, you definitely want those. So again, I'm just raising it. I probably should have just gone in right away and raised, because it's kind of a knee-jerk reaction for me to just automatically puppet and then decide what I want to do. So I feel I would have decided that better. I might have... I'm not sure how exact... I'm not totally clear on the raising mechanic. I haven't paid too much focus on it. But I probably should, but, you know. I guess what I was kind of doing with my work was building a road towards No We Are Not. But then I realized I was raising that city, so there's no point in having a road towards it. So, yeah, it'll be a while before I realize that my road building is ridiculous and that I need to stop. Anyway, I'm setting up to fire. Even though it has walls, I'm doing ridiculous damage on it. It'll be done in like 2 turns with 3 cannons, probably. Yeah, and so 6 damage. Yeah, probably about 1 turn with this bombardment, I'll be able to take out the city. Again, the AI is talking peace. I would be able to get peace with the AI if he lets me. So essentially, I'm going to ask for everything he has, excluding a research agreement. So I'll leave him enough gold for a research agreement. So he has 0 gold and 0 gold return right now, which is good. I got all of his gold, so that's nice. And again, that's one advantage of keeping him alive, is I'll be able to get a research agreement in, which combined with my rationalism will give me a free tech essentially. Again, that's another thing I could be abusing a little bit more, is the research agreement mechanic. It gives you the median. The median is the middle value of your techs. So if you have a tech that's worth 1, you have a tech that's worth 2, and you have a tech that's worth 5 beakers, you'd get 2 free beakers because it's the middle value of, that's how much tech you get. I don't know if this explanation is making any sense, but you get the median, and that's the amount of beakers you get towards your current research. You get 50% of that towards your current research project. However, I have the porcelain tower and rationalism, which gives me plus 50% and then plus 50% again for double, and so it's a full tech instead of half. I don't know if you explained that well, if I explained that well, but if you need more help, you can go to Civ Fanatics War Academy, and they have a nice article on research agreements, which you can read. CivFanatics.com, you can find... I don't know if you can... It's hard to find the War Academy, actually. Maybe I'll put a link in the description if you really want to look at it. Because again, we don't do too many research agreements in the type of games I play because I'm fighting people, not really making peace trade agreements with them. But research agreements are critical to getting a fast research time, and the fact that I've killed off most of my neighbors and won't be able to make that many research agreements is a little bit bad for my tech rate. And I realized that I'd messed up with my workers building the road, so I start building a road, but that road also is in the wrong spot. So I don't know, maybe I'm tired when I was playing this game, because you can see the line is where I want to build the road, the line of workers, but that line is in a completely incorrect spot, so it's bad. Anyway, France has founded a new city. It's called Paris, which is funny, because he renamed his capital, so I guess the game put it on Paris. Let's see if I realize at this point that I'm building it at my roads at the wrong spot. Yeah, I'm still building the roads on the wrong spot, which is annoying. I finally built a scout to go take that ruin, because I don't want somebody else to go and grab it from like a different continent and laugh at me. Getting up my market, which will get me... I'm getting serious extra gold income right now. I'm not quite sure. I think I just have a lot of river tiles. I have silver and gold. I have trading posts in my puppets. So I'm just getting a lot of gold production, which is impressive. I don't have that large a military at this point. I'm really happy with my gold income, though. Normally my gold income is pretty bad. I have enough happiness, so I'm actually going to annex Happy Germans and start building a granary there. so I can get the growth going and production going. Because there's a wheat, so I'll be able to get extra 3 food from it. I'll be able to work some hills, get production going. Other economy buildings like a workshop up. Thing to pay attention while annexing building cities is to make sure you finish national wonders before annexing a city, because yeah, at this point I realized that my roads were all in the wrong spot. Make sure you have finished national wonders before you annex, because that could stop you from being able to build like an ironworks or a national college or something, which is annoying because oftentimes annexed cities aren't great. So it would take you a while to finish that extra workshop or library or university or something. Oh, another thing I don't really use in this game is Oxford University, because I annexed Happy Germans, and I'm going to build another city later below Hamburg to nearby the unused silver. So that's essentially, I'm saying no to a free tech because I built 2 buildings. Anyways, I killed France. Let's see what happens in part 3.